down the exhibit hall of the Point. Honda represented with lots of aftermarket manufacturers out here, showing all kinds of assorted accessories purchasable for the motorcycle, from lights to t-shirts, funny sounding horns, decorative, anything you want, it's here.
Do you remember, Dennis, approximately how many we had total this year?
I believe, Don, it was somewhere around 58 exhibitors, taking up about 118 exhibit spaces.
I guess I would probably really ought to tell everybody who we are. I'm Don Farley, and you're Dennis Cathy.
Is that who I am?
Yeah, I found that out. I looked at the label on the back of your shirt. The exhibit halls, we had one at the Point. This one, I believe, is at the Point.
Yes, this is in fact at the Point, Don.
It was phenomenal. It was every time you turned around, you saw something new and unique. It made you want to spend an awful lot of money.
For those that had it.
And those that were working too hard not to spend it. This particular area showed all the custom bikes and so on and so forth. And the things that these guys do for them are just unbelievably phenomenal.
Yeah, sound systems, magazines. Many of the large magazines are represented at this convention. We had sidecars, we had trailer rigs, we had everything in the world.
I think at this particular point we're switching over now into the La Posada area, if I remember correctly.
Yes, in fact we are. This is Sunny Slope Honda's maintenance shop set up right outside La Posada's main hall.
Sunny Slope Honda's been with us every year putting on their maintenance shop, and I think they've done a super job, and I think it certainly does deserve a little bit of recognition.
They've definitely kept us running, and they've kept a lot of our members getting out here and giving them a means of getting back home as well.
What are we looking at right now?
Don, this is right outside the registration hall at La Posada. A little parking area out in front where you can see all kinds of motorcycles. Everywhere from the stock GL all the way up to the full custom machine. And they got it covered up there because I think it's drizzling out there slightly today.
Oh, no, we didn't have any rain, did we?
Well, it's our liquid sunshine. Some of the people do dress a little funny.
Yeah, well, you know, I always like to say that it never rains in Arizona. It just gets so warm that the clouds perspire.
The humidity just isn't really here.
Yeah. The registration this year was held at La Posada. This is the very first time that I can ever recall of any major organization having two hotel functions like this. Especially they were about 5 miles apart.
Just about 5 miles apart. It created some problems for us, but I think we overcame them just by the sheer numbers and the magnitude of what we had to offer the participants.
The total number of participants this year, 1981 wingding.
And here's our friend Scooter. We'll talk about her later.
Yeah, Scooter's been a member ever since, I think,
79?
About 1979, yeah. One of our oldest associate members, as a matter of fact.
Yep, has number K9.
K9. This is in the exhibit hall downstairs at La Posada, if I remember correctly.
Yes, this was our second location. The exhibit hall is approximately about 8,000 square feet at this location. And again, we have everything here from trailers. We had sidecar rigs. We had saddlebags. We had tour boxes. We had windshields, light bars. Here's another trailer. There was nothing unrepresented at this convention. If you could get it from a motorcycle, we have it here and showing it.
Come on, let's have a smile there. Where are you from?
Tucson.
Hey! You mean they're not from California or Alaska?
Tucson Travelers.
Good deal.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, hold on. Okay.
Yeah, Don, no matter what happened, we just kept rolling in. There were more and more motorcycles showing up by the hour. The weather was fantastic for it, other than the slight drizzle we did run into on a couple of occasions. But the mood of the people was really high.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed during the entire wingding this year. It seemed like we had, everybody seemed to be in a pretty good mood, and really nothing really, quote-unquote, dampened their spirits.
Well, fortunately, we did not have the exceedingly high temperatures we've had in the past 2 years, and it definitely made it much nicer for the participants to walk around out here. Now, families come. Prime example. The whole family comes down.
Well, I tell you, that's class.
And somebody did this, that's class, and that really is
It's
class.
got to be. And now, at this point now, we are back at the Point Resort. I think we're getting ready for the Battle of the Chapters competition to start with a slow baton race. The idea of this is to go through the cones as slow as possible without knocking any down or having to put your feet down. This couple gets to the end, they should pass the baton to the next bike in line coming in the opposite direction. It's a test of skills, and even though they're fun, we are boning our people up from our safety aspects to make them better riders.
Were there quite a few people that entered these different events?
As a matter of fact, there were 9 chapters represented through all of this competition, with 6 members from their chapter participating in each one of the events.
I think last year, 1980, was the first time we had a Battle of the Chapters, and I think there was only 3 or 4 at that time, right?
I believe it was 4, and yes, in fact, it was the first year. Now, there are points deducted every time this man happens to put his feet down on the ground or stops the motor. Now, we've moved over very rapidly into a mystery event, which is they had to pick up water from a large barrel, carry it down the 60-foot course, and then pour it into a cut-off Pepsi 2-liter bottle. And it's a matter of the slowest time and the most water determine the winner of the event.
The wet head is back.
Yes, for sure.
Where did this event come from? Who got this idea?
This event was submitted along with the rest of the Battle of the Chapter events by Roger Van Etten, the state director of Arizona.
Do you happen to recall by any chance what the time was, the best time on anything?
I could not recall, Don. I didn't even keep track of that. Roger had a list of it, and the times were very close. The amounts of water were very, very minimal. Most was on the ground.
For those of you that haven't seen it before, this is our queen for 1981. Yeah. Maria Shipley, Val King, the Carolina. In fact, Jim Ashley happens to be riding her bike in this competition. They thought we're going to paint it later on pink.
No! Wait a minute!
Only one pink bike? Only one pink.